Today is the 24th of April 2022. A friend of mine sent me a video that's showing you how far we've come and how far we are today. And he was stating in the video that people came to Africa with a passport and papers and took the land, and then now they want the Africans to pay them for the land that was theirs. It was never theirs. It belongs to Africans and Africanos. They took it and they own 60% of the land, and they still want to be paid for it. I look at the video and I said, you don't have to even go to Africa. All you gotta do is go to Baker's Bay and the Abaco Club. 250 acres or more was given to Baker's Bay, and the land was going for $2.5 million per lot. Ask any government besides the UBP government in my lifetime, have they given any Abaconians 250 acres of land, valuable land that's worth $3.5 million a lot. Then you don't have to go far from Marshaba, up the road there to the Abaco Club. The government give the Abaco Club 350 acres to develop. And after they finish developing it, and if it's sold, the government will come back to the Bahamian people and tell them how much money the government has made from this deal. The Abaco Club is being sold 3 or 4 times, not one single word. One of the most beautiful stories I've seen is that the American government arrested the president of Honduras because he accepted drug money for his campaign. And I say, wow, what's the difference between collecting drug money and going to these big resorts and accepting money in favor of bribe before you even elected? From the Baker's Bay Club, the Abaco Club, these big resorts. I guess it's not interfering with America, but the money is still dirty. When you see a sitting prime minister, it's the prime minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, and every land sale of the lots that was sold on Baker's Bay came to his office, and he get $250,000 to do the deeds of the property while he is the prime minister. That's the same as accepting the drug money. All is dirty. But it got even dirtier. A minister in the F&M government responsible for investment and immigration. The first investment he did in Abaco was to go and seal a $25 million deal to take Bahamas Fast Ferry from Baker's Bay to Marshaba. Then they sit down and did another deal to pave all the roads in Baker's Bay. Then they sit down and did another deal to carry all the rich elite. So he got a deal from carrying the Negroes to the rich whites, to paving the road, and they were the government. I wish we had, the only way this could solve in the Bahamas, if the Americans was get involved, and they would look through their microscope and see all the dirty dealings, and go to the people in Baker's Bay that got the deeds for their property in the beginning, and to see who was the prime minister at the time, and to see which law firm has signed off on their land papers and the amount that they got while they were prime ministers. 350 acres to Abaco Club, 250 acres to Bakers Bay Club, the Delphi Club, Schooner Bay, all them up along there were all government land. But what did the Bahamas government got out of it? What did the majority of the Bahamians that stand in the line to go in the poll? Ask yourself, in 2 decades, over 20 years of government, black prime minister, have they given anybody, any Bahamians, 250 acres of prime land? Have they given any Bahamian group 350 acres of prime land? And all the promises that they made in Guanakee, to give them free water, to give them a police station, to give them a school, to build 60 homes, and none of this has been done, and this was printed and cemented in ink that the Bakers Bay Club would do this for the people and the residents of Great Guanakee. So in essence, they have not led up to their and lived up to their agreement on the heads of agreement. I had a copy, Hurricane Dorian blew it away, but every government should have a copy. This government should look at the heads of agreement and say, whoa, hold on. Bakers Bay is getting all this duty free, and they promise all these things in the heads of agreement. They haven't gone back to renegotiate or to cancel all these stuff that is cemented in the heads of agreement, and we're still giving Bakers Bay in the amount that the majority of the taxi drivers can't even carry Bakers Bay for all over 12 years. And the ones that are greedy enough to carry Bakers Bay people, they have to wait 3 whole weeks to get their money. All the duty free that they give the Abaco Club, all the incentive, you carry people up to the Abaco Club, you gotta wait 2 weeks to get yourself a check, and the government ain't checking. And it's the same thing in South Africa, Zimbabwe, all over Africa. They came in with just a passport, just a vision, just a view, and they saw the Bahamas as a cash cow. And everybody's becoming millionaires so much that the last group of prime minister, they can't even have a drink on Bakers Bay. Cannot carry their families for dinner on Bakers Bay. And then you're bringing the same thing on mainland Abaco, that the black sisters and brothers can't use the bathroom, can't put up the work without harassment, can't use the bar, can't use the restaurant. And this is all happening in 2022 with black prime ministers, consecutive brothers. You can't say the white did this to us. It's our own that continue to let people that came here with a passport, with papers, to rule the Bahamas as if it was and is South Africa. They're controlling the courts, they're controlling the police, they're controlling immigration, they're controlling the defense force, and all these people that are controlling every aspect of our life in the government of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. They only have a passport. They don't even have Bahamian citizenship. But what they have is that money to corrupt from the top to the bottom. And for decades, they are continually corrupting from the top to the bottom, that every government has to go to Bakers Bay and elsewhere to beg for the money that they ought to be collecting tax. If they would have taxed these guys like they're getting taxed in America, you would have to beg. The money would be ready, available. Bakers Bay is a resort that could pay to help to pay our national debt. But each government don't put the law to benefit Bahamians. They go with a handout begging of people that come here with a passport that has no interest in the Bahamas besides monetary gains and each government go to every election with their hands out begging for political favor. That's why we'll never be any better in the Bahamas until we got a leadership that said the Bahamas is for Bahamians and Bahamians only should prosper. No foreign company, nobody that comes there with a passport should prosper more than Bahamians and benefit more than Bahamians in the Bahamas. That's when we'll have a good Bahamas that we could be proud of in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Kai Case. I'm yet to see such government.